Hey everyone, this is Siddharth Kumar from ReviewMagic. I hope you all are doing well. And today I am going to be reviewing a very interesting movie that I watched on Enthusian. And the name of the movie is My Client's Wife. So, as always, I love to watch a variety of different movies, whether it's Enthusian, Netflix, Amazon. And, I saw this movie when I logged in and I said, the title seems pretty interesting. I read the plot on IMDb and I thought that this could be a movie that I could, watch. I saw the star cast. So this movie has Sharib Hashmi, who has worked before in Darban. You have Anjali Patil, who has worked in Newton, Abhimanyu Singh, Mazhar Saeed, and Prabhakar Meena is the director and writer of My Client's Wife. So it kind of, if you live in the US and you watch a lot of thriller shows, maybe even if you live somewhere else, when you see that kind of a title, it kind of arouses that curiosity. So immediately the title of the movie said by the director is intriguing. It says, okay, something, that there is a lawyer, and while he is kind of protecting the rights and the interest of his client, something else will come out. The wife has something that he will uncover. So this is exactly what happens in the movie. In the opening scene, you see Sharib Hashmi. He is sitting with his client, played by Abhimanyu Singh. So Abhimanyu has worked in several shows. Like I recently saw Chacha Vidayak Hai Hamare. I think he's a great actor. So you're seeing this guy who is now in the jail because he is being there is a complaint by his wife that he assaulted his wife, and that's why he is in the jail. So this is where the journey of Sharif, the lawyer, begins, and he is about to unravel a lot of things about the wife. So he goes to the wife's house, and he has to actually go through a gate. There is a gatekeeper, so he talks to it, goes there. So everything is very creepy and spooky about it. There's a lot of noise, some kind of strange noise which you see in thriller movies, which I thought was great. The sound effects are really good. Then you have a gardener who keeps like a eavesdrop. He's just staring at who's coming and who's going out. But eventually, the lawyer, he is not able to meet the client's wife, and he keeps following her. It kind of feels like it's harassment. He keeps coming back into the home. The home has a dead puppet hanging upside down. The whole getup of the house, makes you look like this is a creepy kind of a movie. People, they are, either trying to interfere in someone's life, or they just want someone to come to their home. So I think that was a good aspect of the movie. But eventually, going back to the movie, is that he tries to get hold of his the client's wife, and then he starts to discover that maybe she's trying to influence him so that he actually doesn't protect the client himself. And he gets to know a lot about the wife. He feels that the wife is actually the one that was getting assaulted, and he needs to help her. So he comes back to help her. And then meanwhile, a lot of things are happening. The wife is saying one version of the story. There's a cable guy who comes to their house at some point, and he has a different version of the story. Abhimanyu is saying the husband has a different version of the story. So this the main protagonist, Sharif, he is kind of, he's not sure who is saying right and who's saying wrong. But eventually, I think that My Client's Wife, you need to have some patience to watch this film. This is not a star-studded cast which you see in Karan Johar's movie. I mean, you've got a decent cast here, brilliant actors even in this movie, and you need some patience to kind of see. This is a hidden gem, by the way, guys. This movie opens slowly, and don't judge a book by its cover. Look into the acting, look at how it's progressing, and I think Prabhakar Meena did a great job here. So ultimately, it's a story of a doctor played by Sharif, and he actually, every time there is a patient that comes in and the patient has some kind of an assault story, he tries to role play that in his own life. He forces his wife, Afreen, played by Anjali Patil, to either wear dresses at night to impress the husband, become a Hindu couple, try to play some seducing games, and kind of change the whole personality of hers, which she doesn't want to. She wants to free herself. She wants to have her own identity. So this is what the opening scene shows: is that she captures her own husband. She tells him that I'm done with this bullshit, and all I want to do is I want to hide my identity and I want to run it from here. So this is a thriller where you get to see what's going on in the mindset of Sharif, who's actually plays the doctor of Javed, but he's a lawyer by the name of Manas Verma, Hindu version. So he does all that, and it gets to the point where the wife is really frustrated, and she goes. So the movie kind of unravels unless and until you reach the end is when you realize that this is what was happening, because it wasn't really the client hitting Afreen, or in this case Anjali Patil. It was actually the doctor himself, Sharib Hashmi, who portrays that role, and he tries to do everything that his patient in the hospital has been witnessing. So it's a very interesting movie. You really have to give some thought behind it, how this movie is progressing. So I would say, I like the movie. It was strange. You don't see these kind of movies everywhere. The title was intriguing. The plot is interesting about how a psychological thriller set in today's era, where someone tries to role play. Now, the fact that the movie is, it's played not in a very big city, and I don't know why. The reason for that is maybe the cost, production, all those things. It's played in a very small town city, and somehow there is some lack of quality in the movie. And if you see the movie, and this is not to judge the performance of the actors, I think everyone was brilliant, but sometimes you just feel that a movie could have been done very well. Maybe the art direction could be better. There were some VFX effects that could be done better. You've got a gatekeeper for manning and house. Some things don't make sense. There's a gardener who's always peeping into into the house of Sharib Hashmi and his wife. So some things don't make sense. Why this is happening, but of course, this is a low budget movie, so maybe the director thought they wanted. But I think there could be some more polishing happening behind the scenes with Mike Lyon's wife. But anyways, guys, I think it's a decent movie. I would give it more than the ranking that I've seen on IMDb, because there was a brilliant star cast. The plot is great, and the story really goes in a very good direction. I mean, you will be surprised to see that sometimes even the husband plays the role of a wife, so he needs some help, but you don't realize this until you see the movie. Maybe I'm giving a spoiler alert here, but watch the movie. It's available on Enthusian. And that's all from my side, guys. If you have any comments, you can write it down below, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Have a good one.